Why are your legs getting weaker? After 60, the truth. No one tells you. Have you noticed your legs feel heavier than they used to? That standing for long periods is uncomfortable? Or that a simple staircase suddenly feels like a mountain? You might think it's just aging. But what if I told you? It's not. What's quietly weakening your legs might not be what you're not doing. It could actually be something you're doing every single day, thinking it's helping you. It turns out 2 vitamins most people believe are essential for health may be doing more harm than good. Yes, vitamins. The very ones you probably picked up at the pharmacy with the best intentions. And combined with certain foods you've been told are harmless, your daily habits could be slowly draining the strength from your legs. Today, we're exposing the truth behind these surprising triggers. You'll learn what's making your legs sore, heavy, or stiff. And more importantly, what to change starting now. Let's begin with one of the biggest culprits, one that tastes sweet but saps your strength. 15. Sweets and sugary desserts. Desserts have always been associated with joy, reward, and comfort. But after 60, these sweet pleasures can quietly become your body's worst enemy, especially for your legs. Why? Refined sugar triggers chronic inflammation in the body. This is a silent fire that spreads through your joints and muscles, making them more sensitive, stiff, and prone to deterioration. Your legs, which carry the full weight of your body every day, take the biggest hit. And it doesn't stop there. High sugar intake is also tied to insulin resistance, which means your body has a harder time using glucose for energy. Without enough fuel, your muscles grow weaker, and fatigue sets in much faster. Worse still, sugar contributes directly to weight gain. Every extra pound adds more pressure on your lower body. Your knees, ankles, and hips now work overtime. That extra strain leads to wear and tear, which over time reduces your ability to walk, climb stairs, or even stand comfortably. For older adults, this is especially dangerous. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, but sugar accelerates that decline. It gets worse. Sugar also increases toxin production in the body, which fuels more inflammation. It's a vicious cycle: more sugar, more toxins, more inflammation, and more muscle loss. Have you ever felt that dragging sensation in your legs after a rich dessert? That's not just tiredness, it's inflammation in action. And most sweets don't even offer the nutrients your muscles need, like magnesium, protein, or healthy fats. Instead, they're empty calories that weaken rather than nourish. Many store-bought desserts are even worse. Packed with preservatives, artificial dyes, and chemical additives, they throw your body further off balance. When combined with sugar, these ingredients are a toxic combo for muscle function and joint health. So what can you do? You don't have to give up dessert entirely, you just have to make smarter swaps. Try fruit with a sprinkle of cinnamon, or bake with natural sweeteners like dates, applesauce, or stevia. Make your own low-sugar treats at home using oats, nuts, and whole foods. Your taste buds will adjust, and your legs will thank you. 14. Fried foods. Now let's talk about another popular indulgence: fried foods. Fried chicken, French fries, onion rings. Hard to resist, right? But if you're over 60, they can be downright dangerous to your muscle and joint health. Fried foods are loaded with trans fats and saturated fats. These fats raise inflammation throughout the body, especially in joints and muscles. The result? Achy, stiff legs that feel swollen or heavy even after short activity. But there's more. These unhealthy fats also slow blood flow. That means your muscles get less oxygen and fewer nutrients, both of which are essential for strength and repair. Poor circulation equals poor recovery, and weak recovery leads to weak legs. Over time, these fats can even clog your blood vessels. This further restricts nutrient delivery to your muscles, and when your muscles aren't nourished, they break down faster. That's why people who regularly eat fried foods often feel sore longer and have less endurance, even after simple activities like walking around the block. Let's not forget how heavy fried meals can feel. Ever notice that after a greasy lunch or dinner, your legs feel like they're dragging? That's because your body is using so much energy to digest all that fat. There's not enough left for your muscles. The result: fatigue, stiffness, and a sense that your legs are giving out on you. There's also the weight factor again. Fried foods are calorie bombs, and the more weight you carry, the harder your legs have to work. This extra stress accelerates the breakdown of joints and makes balance more difficult. But the worst part? These meals provide almost no nutritional value. They're low in protein, low in vitamins, and almost completely void of muscle-supporting minerals like magnesium and potassium. What you're left with is inflammation, weight gain, and a faster path to losing mobility. Take a look at some of the worst offenders: donuts, fried chicken, fast food fries, battered fish, and processed snack foods. These may be tasty, but they come at a steep price for your long-term health. Want to start feeling lighter on your feet? Begin by swapping fried foods for baked, grilled, or air-fried versions. Choose healthy oils like olive oil or avocado oil. Add herbs and spices for flavor instead of breading and heavy grease. It may seem like a small change, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do for your legs. Mistake number 13: white bread. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked daily habits: white bread. It's likely in your kitchen right now. Toast in the morning, sandwiches at lunch. It's familiar, comforting, and easy. But here's the truth. Once you're over 60, this innocent choice can quietly undermine your leg strength every single day. White bread is made from refined flour, a process that strips the grain of its fiber, vitamins, and essential minerals. What remains is a fast-absorbing carbohydrate that sends your blood sugar soaring. For aging bodies, that quick spike is bad news. It triggers insulin surges that tire out your muscles and disrupt energy delivery. Why does this matter for your legs? Because muscle cells depend on steady glucose flow to function. But when insulin sensitivity drops, a common issue with age, and glucose can't enter cells efficiently, your leg muscles are left starving for energy. The result? Weakness, stiffness, and a gradual sense of heaviness in your lower body. Many seniors unknowingly experience this daily. You stand up and feel unsteady. You walk a short distance and need to sit again. What you ate earlier might be a big part of the problem, and it gets worse. White bread lacks fiber that not only aids digestion but also regulates blood sugar. Without it, you're riding a roller coaster of highs and crashes that exhaust your legs and rob you of endurance. But that's not all. White bread is also low in protein, which your muscles need to recover and stay firm. Aging naturally reduces muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. Without enough protein in your meals, that muscle loss speeds up. So while white bread fills you up temporarily, it offers no real support to your joints or mobility. And let's be honest, white bread rarely comes alone. It's often paired with sugary spreads, cheeses, or processed meats, all of which add calories and strain your metabolism. These combinations lead to weight gain, and that extra weight places more pressure on your knees, ankles, and hips. Every pound adds stress. Every bite without nutrition chips away at your strength. The scary part is how deceptive it is. You may not even realize the damage being done until climbing stairs starts to feel harder, until standing too long causes discomfort, or until a fall catches you completely off guard. But the good news? You don't need to give up bread, just choose smarter. Opt for whole grain options made with oats, rye, flax, or spelt. These breads contain fiber, complex carbs, and minerals that fuel your muscles and stabilize energy levels. Pair them with healthy proteins like eggs, turkey slices, or avocado for a balanced meal your body will appreciate. Your legs aren't just carrying you, they're your gateway to freedom. Honor them with better choices, one slice at a time. Mistake number 12: alcohol. After 60, many people enjoy an occasional drink to relax or socialize. A glass of wine with dinner, a cocktail at a gathering, it's a cultural norm. But beneath the surface, alcohol is doing something far less friendly to your legs. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at processing alcohol. This means even small amounts stay longer in your system, magnifying their impact. And one of the biggest issues? Alcohol interferes with the absorption of vital nutrients, especially calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. These are crucial for muscle contraction, bone strength, and joint health. Without them, your muscles weaken, bones become brittle, and the risk of falls or fractures increases dramatically. But there's more. Alcohol also slows down the body's ability to repair tissues after any exertion, be it walking, gardening, or even standing for a long time. What does that mean for you? It means more soreness, longer recovery times, and a growing reluctance to move, because movement now brings discomfort. That spiral is dangerous. The less you move, the weaker your legs become. Another problem? Dehydration. Alcohol is a diuretic. It draws fluids from your body, and when your muscles are dehydrated, they lose flexibility and endurance. This can trigger painful cramps, spasms, and even nighttime leg twitching that disrupts sleep and recovery. But the damage doesn't stop there. Alcohol stresses your liver, a key player in detoxification and hormone balance. When the liver is overworked, it produces fewer compounds that support muscle and tissue health. And have you ever noticed that after a night of drinking, your body feels heavier the next day? That's not just in your head. Alcohol contributes to fluid retention, sluggish circulation, and inflammation, especially in the legs. It also adds empty calories. Even moderate drinking can lead to belly fat, which shifts your posture, strains your hips, and puts extra weight on your knees. Combined with age-related muscle decline, this sets the stage for weakness, imbalance, and even dangerous falls. Here's the reality. For people over 60, alcohol isn't just a casual drink. It's a physiological threat to strength and independence. Does that mean you can never enjoy a drink again? Not necessarily, but moderation becomes more than just advice. It's a safeguard. And if you already struggle with leg fatigue, poor balance, or stiffness, it's worth reassessing whether those nightly drinks are worth the price your body is quietly paying. Better choices exist. Herbal infusions, sparkling water with fruit slices, or even a splash of grape juice can offer the same sense of ritual, without draining your strength. Your legs carry your life. Don't weigh them down with hidden enemies. Mistake number 11. Processed meats. Let's now shift to another silent contributor to leg decline. Processed meats. Think bacon, ham, sausages, salami, and deli slices. They're convenient, tasty, and everywhere. But for seniors, they come with a high cost. Processed meats are loaded with sodium and chemical preservatives. These ingredients trigger chronic inflammation throughout the body, especially in the joints and muscles. Have you ever woken up with stiff knees or tight calves? That lingering soreness might be linked to what you ate yesterday. Inflammation doesn't just make you ache, it slowly erodes tissue. And the saturated fats in these meats further reduce blood flow, which means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your muscles. Over time, this weakens your lower body's ability to stay strong and mobile. Processed meats also carry toxins that burden your liver and kidneys, the organs responsible for cleansing your system. When they're stressed, they can't efficiently support muscle health. You may feel heavier, slower, or unusually tired for no obvious reason. This fatigue shows up first in your legs. Additionally, studies show these preservatives disrupt how your body uses glucose, your muscles' primary energy source. So not only are you inflamed, but your fuel supply is also failing. It's like trying to drive uphill with no gas. What's the solution? Swap processed meats with whole, nourishing proteins. Cooked eggs, grilled chicken, lentils, fish, or lean beef can support your muscles without inviting inflammation. Even plant-based proteins like tempeh or hummus offer safer alternatives. Remember, strength isn't about what you lift. It's about what you choose, day after day, bite after bite. Mistake number 10, industrial cakes. They smell like home. They remind us of birthdays, holidays, and special afternoons with the people we love. But those industrially made cakes found in supermarkets and bakeries, they're quietly sabotaging your legs. These cakes are packed with processed sugar, hydrogenated fats, and synthetic preservatives, all substances that mess with your metabolism and irritate your muscles. Let's break this down. Sugar disturbs insulin function. When your body can't manage insulin effectively, muscles stop getting the energy they need. That leaves you with fatigue, weakness, and in the long run, serious deterioration in your lower body. Then come the trans fats added to give these cakes a longer shelf life. These fats don't just hang around in your arteries, they block blood flow. And without proper blood circulation, your leg muscles get fewer nutrients and less oxygen, meaning they're slowly starving. Over time, this poor circulation leads to a loss in lean mass, stiffness in the joints, and reduced mobility. Add to that the preservatives and dyes used to make cakes look more appealing, and you've got yourself a perfect recipe for chronic inflammation. Inflammation affects joints, especially the knees and ankles, and adds to the pain and tightness you may already feel. Even worse? These cakes are essentially empty calories. They provide energy, yes, but not the kind that builds or maintains muscle. They offer very little in terms of proteins, calcium, magnesium, the nutrients that aging muscles need. Imagine fueling a car with dirty gas. It may still run, but over time the engine suffers. That's what's happening to your body. You don't have to swear off sweets forever. Homemade options using whole grain flours, honey, fruit, and healthy oils can offer the same comfort without the consequences. Your legs will thank you. Mistake number 9. Ultra-processed cheeses. Now let's talk about that creamy, melty cheese you might be putting on your sandwich or melting into your omelet. Those ultra-processed cheeses, cheese spreads, pre-sliced singles, and shelf-stable blocks are doing more damage than you think. At first glance, they're convenient and tasty, but under that shiny packaging lies a mix of high sodium and saturated fats that can wreak havoc on your legs. The sodium causes fluid retention. That's why your ankles feel puffy at the end of the day. It also pushes up your blood pressure, which, combined with the saturated fat stiffening your arteries, reduces blood flow. That combination makes your legs feel bloated, heavy, and sluggish. There's more. These processed cheeses often include preservatives like phosphates that mess with the body's mineral balance. Your muscles rely on magnesium and calcium to contract properly. When those minerals are off balance, you start experiencing cramps, nighttime leg spasms, or sudden twinges of pain when you walk. And let's not forget protein. Real cheese made with care and few ingredients contains quality proteins. Ultra-processed versions? Not so much. They're often low in useful amino acids that maintain muscle mass. Over time, especially after 60, this loss of protein translates directly into weaker, shakier legs. Ever felt heavy and tired after a processed meal? That's your body reacting to the nutrient imbalance. Swap those processed cheeses for options like fresh mozzarella, ricotta, or cottage cheese. Not only will you avoid inflammation, but you'll also give your legs the building blocks they need to stay strong. Mistake number 8. Industrial ice creams. A scoop of ice cream on a hot day feels like the ultimate treat. But when that ice cream is mass-produced and filled with chemicals, the story changes. Industrial ice creams are loaded with saturated fats and refined sugars, creating a perfect storm of inflammation and instability in your body, especially your legs. Here's how it works. The sugar spikes your blood glucose, then drops it sharply. These rapid changes make it hard for your muscles to maintain energy. The saturated fats further damage your cardiovascular system, preventing oxygen-rich blood from reaching your leg muscles. That's when you start to feel those weird tingling sensations, cramps, or numbness in your calves or feet. Long-term, these circulation problems chip away at your mobility. Walking, climbing stairs, or even standing for a while becomes difficult. And just like cakes, these ice creams contain artificial colors, emulsifiers, and thickeners. These additives fuel chronic inflammation, a silent destroyer of joints and muscle tissue. Worst of all, these desserts add zero real value. They're high in calories but low in nutrients. Your muscles need magnesium, calcium, protein, and you won't find those in a tub of cheap ice cream. If you can't say no to frozen sweets, opt for homemade alternatives. Use frozen bananas, plain yogurt, or coconut milk blended with berries or cacao. You'll get the joy without the joint pain. Mistake number 7. Milk chocolates. Milk chocolate might seem innocent. It's in our pantries, our holiday gift boxes, and even our daily routines. But under the sweet surface, there's a dangerous truth. These chocolates are high in sugar and saturated fat, which together ignite inflammation and metabolic stress, two of the biggest enemies of leg strength. Excess sugar leads to insulin surges. When that happens repeatedly, your muscles can't access energy efficiently, and they become sluggish. Add saturated fats into the mix, and now your arteries are struggling, which means oxygen and nutrients are no longer flowing freely to your legs. Another big problem is the low cocoa content. Cocoa contains flavonoids and antioxidants, but milk chocolates usually have very little. What's left is just a sugary, processed product, often containing preservatives and additives that disrupt how your body absorbs essential nutrients like magnesium, vital for muscle relaxation. The results? Tired legs, weak knees, cramps, maybe even difficulty balancing. And if that's not enough, these chocolates often encourage abdominal weight gain, which puts extra pressure on the lower body. Over time, this constant stress wears down the joints in your hips, knees, and ankles. Fortunately, there's a smarter way to indulge. Dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa contains helpful antioxidants and far less sugar. It's not just tastier, it's better for your circulation, your energy, and your legs. Mistake number 6. Canned foods. We all turn to canned foods for convenience. They're fast, easy, and seem harmless. But hidden inside that aluminum are substances that could be eroding your leg strength. Canned vegetables, meats, and even soups often contain preservatives like sodium benzoate and nitrites, both of which promote inflammation in your muscles and joints. Canned foods are also salt bombs. A single serving can give you over half your recommended daily intake. That salt leads to water retention, swelling in the legs, and increased blood pressure, each of which restricts nutrient-rich blood from reaching your leg muscles. Even worse, the canning process destroys many of the food's natural vitamins and minerals. You may think you're getting nutrition, but what you're actually consuming is a low-fiber, high-sodium meal with little to no muscle-building benefits. Over time, that takes a toll. Your legs feel heavy, your joints stiffen, and fatigue creeps in more quickly. And don't forget the long-term risks. The aluminum used in some cans may leach into food over time, and studies have suggested links between aluminum exposure and muscle or nerve issues, especially in older adults. Want a better alternative? Try fresh or frozen versions of the same foods, or prepare large batches of soups and stews yourself and store them in glass containers. You'll cut out the chemicals and keep your muscles happier and healthier. Mistake number 4. Filled cookies and processed snacks. They look harmless. A quick bite between meals, maybe something sweet with your coffee or a salty crunch while watching TV. But after 60, those small pleasures may be doing serious damage, especially to your legs. Filled cookies and processed snacks are loaded with harmful ingredients: synthetic dyes, artificial flavorings, stabilizers, and preservatives. These substances disrupt natural body functions, stressing vital organs like the liver and kidneys, which play an essential role in detoxification and nutrient processing. When these organs are overwhelmed, the result often hits the legs first: fatigue, swelling, or a general feeling of heaviness. These snacks are calorie-dense but nutrient-poor. They provide almost no protein, fiber, or essential minerals. Just empty energy that the aging body can't efficiently process. And with age, nutrient storage diminishes, meaning older adults need every bite to count. Relying on snacks like these can accelerate the natural muscle loss, sarcopenia, that already comes with aging. Another big culprit? Trans fats. Used to increase shelf life, these synthetic fats are one of the most inflammatory substances in the modern diet. They damage blood vessels, reduce oxygen flow, and make it harder for nutrients to reach the leg muscles. The result? poor circulation, aching legs, and faster fatigue with basic tasks like walking or standing. It doesn't stop there. Excessive sodium in these products can lead to fluid retention, swelling the legs and causing discomfort with every step. Add in the blood sugar spikes followed by rapid drops, and your muscles are left underfueled and unsteady. What seems like an innocent handful of cookies can lead to a cycle of inflammation, poor circulation, and muscle weakness. Fortunately, there's a way out. Swap processed snacks for natural alternatives. Energy bars made from oats, nuts, and dried fruits can offer sustained energy and real nutrients. A simple change can mean lighter legs and more confidence with every step. Mistake number 3. Monosodium glutamate, also known as MSG, and flavor enhancers. You may not even know you're consuming it, but you probably are, every single day. From pre-made soups to frozen meals and instant noodles, monosodium glutamate is hidden behind terms like yeast extract, natural flavors, or protein isolate. But the damage it does, especially after 60, is anything but invisible. MSG acts on your nervous system. It overstimulates neurotransmitters that regulate muscle contraction, which can lead to soreness, tremors, or a sensation of heaviness in your legs. Those strange muscle twitches or unexpected cramps? MSG could be the hidden trigger. As you age, your sensitivity to chemicals like MSG increases. Your body becomes more vulnerable to neurotoxins, substances that quietly damage nerves and impair muscular coordination. This is one reason some people over 60 notice that their legs feel stiffer or more awkward after eating certain processed foods. Beyond neurological effects, MSG also promotes systemic inflammation. It affects joints, blood vessels, and muscle fibers, and the more inflammation in your body, the more sluggish your legs become. Circulation suffers, recovery slows, and soreness lingers far longer than it should. Combine that with the sodium content often present in MSG-laden products, and you're doubling the trouble. Excess salt traps water in the tissues, leading to puffiness, pressure, and even more fatigue in the lower limbs. Want stronger legs and better mobility? Start reading food labels. Cut back on anything with hidden MSG or unfamiliar additives. Instead, season meals with fresh garlic, herbs, lemon, and spices. It's a small habit that pays off big in stamina, stability, and comfort. Mistake number 2. Excess vitamin A. It may sound shocking, but too much of a good thing can backfire. Badly. Vitamin A, while essential for immunity and vision, can cause serious issues when consumed in excess, particularly from supplements. And one of the most affected areas? Your legs. Hypervitaminosis A, the clinical term for vitamin A overdose, can lead to muscle pain, especially in the legs and lower back. It inflames muscle tissue, which not only hurts but can mimic other problems like joint or spinal disorders. The result? Confusion, misdiagnosis, and a decline in quality of life. Many older adults unknowingly take too much vitamin A, especially if they're combining fortified foods with over-the-counter multivitamins or specialized supplements. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, excess vitamin A accumulates in the liver and bones, creating long-term problems that aren't always easy to reverse. This vitamin also disrupts the absorption of other key minerals like calcium and magnesium. Without those, your muscles struggle to contract and relax properly, leading to cramps, spasms, and early fatigue during physical activity. If you've noticed your legs feel unsteady or stiff without reason, your vitamin intake might deserve a closer look. Even more concerning is the connection between excess vitamin A and bone demineralization. The hips, legs, and pelvis, critical areas for movement and stability, can become more fragile. For those with osteopenia or osteoporosis, this can be especially dangerous. The bottom line? Don't self-medicate. Vitamin A should come primarily from a balanced diet, egg yolks, liver, carrots, and pumpkins, not from isolated supplements unless prescribed. When it comes to vitamin A, more isn't better. The goal is balance, not overload. Mistake number 1: excess vitamin D. And now, the most surprising mistake of all. We've all heard about the benefits of vitamin D. It supports immunity, protects against fractures, and keeps bones strong. But few know that excessive supplementation can be just as harmful, especially to your legs. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, which means it doesn't exit the body easily. When taken in large doses without medical supervision, it builds up in your tissues. This leads to a condition known as hypervitaminosis D, too much vitamin D in the blood. One of the first symptoms? Muscle pain and weakness in the legs. It doesn't stop there. Excess vitamin D increases calcium absorption, often to unhealthy levels. This leads to hypercalcemia, too much calcium in the bloodstream, which causes joint stiffness, cramps, and even a burning sensation in your legs. Soft tissues like tendons and muscles can also become calcified, making them rigid and uncomfortable. Over time, the knees, calves, and thighs lose flexibility. What was once a helpful supplement turns into a slow-acting threat to your mobility and independence. There's also the kidney connection. Too much vitamin D burdens the kidneys, affecting their ability to filter blood and balance minerals. This results in swelling, fatigue, and leg discomfort, especially noticeable in the evening or after a minimal activity. If you're taking vitamin D, always check your dosage and consult your doctor. Your ideal amount depends on your blood levels, sun exposure, and overall health, not just age. Never assume more is better. Too much of this sunshine vitamin can darken your ability to move freely and confidently. So, what's the takeaway here? Your legs are not just muscles and bones, they are your freedom, your mobility, your independence. As we grow older, protecting them becomes more than a health decision. It's a lifestyle. Avoiding the wrong foods and supplementing wisely can make all the difference. It's not about restriction, it's about smarter choices, and it starts with awareness. You've just learned 15 of the most critical mistakes that could be silently draining your strength. But here's the good news. With every informed choice, you can reverse the trend. You can reclaim the vitality that aging threatens to steal. And if this video opened your eyes even a little, please give it a like. Drop a comment and let us know which mistake surprised you the most. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video that could transform your health, one step at a time. Until next time, walk strong, live long, and take care of those legs that carry your life.